Alright guys, so let's get started. So as you can see, I've generated the logo design brief in ChatGPT. You can do the same as well. Okay, so I've extracted all of the key points and I've brought it into Illustrator. So let's head back into Illustrator to see it. So as you can see, the name of the business is Pulse Forge Fitness Studio. It's a gym, and these are some of the key points to consider while making the logo. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to head into Google to find some inspiration. So as I can see over here in the name, Pulse Forge is right over here. So we're going to use this to draw the inspiration for the logo. So if you go into Google, you can see I've already searched this cast iron anvil, and as you can see, this is what comes up. So this is used in forges to construct any kind of equipment that you might be thinking. So this is an device that's used by blacksmiths. Next, I googled Pulse logo right over here, and as you can see, these are some of the images that have popped up. So we're going to use all of this to draw inspiration for our logo. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so now we're back in Illustrator and let's start designing our logo. I'm going to go on the artboard tool right over here and click the plus icon, okay, to create a new artboard. Okay, so as you can see, I have created the new artboard right over here. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select this rectangle tool right over here and draw out a rectangle. Okay, I'm going to give it a color of green. Okay, and I'm going to remove the stroke. All right, so I've got my rectangle right over here. Then I'm going to go again on the rectangle tool, draw out another rectangle. Okay, so I'm sorry. So we're going to change the shape of the rectangle a little bit. Okay, all right. So next we're going to go over here and choose the ellipse tool. Okay, and I'm going to draw out an ellipse like this. Okay, so the point of this, I'm going to change the color of the ellipse to yellow so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so basically I'm trying to get that circular shape, okay, that you saw in the image. Okay, so I think this is good enough. So I'm going to select both of these, go over here on the shape builder tool, press alt and get rid of this. Okay, so I've got my shape right over here. All right, now I'm going to go over here, object, transform, reflect, and over here I've got another copy. Okay, right, so I've got both of these right over here. All right, so I'm going to press alt and I'm going to decrease the size like this. All right, so I've got this. I'm going to press alt again to drag out another copy, but this I'm going to make slightly smaller. Okay, like this. So you can see, so it's slightly smaller, like slightly thinner than the one on the top right there. All right, so we've got our shape right here. So I'm going to just leave it right here. Okay, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to drag it in the corner. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to drag out a guide from the ruler. Okay, and if you do not see rulers, you can go into view, rulers, and over here you will see an option show rulers. Okay, you just click on that and the rulers will pop up, and from the ruler you just click and drag out a guide like this. Okay, I want you to first drag out a guide, go on the pen tool. Okay, I want you to click over here, hold shift so that it goes in a straight line, click over here. Okay, and right here. Okay, and like this. Okay, so I've got my shape. Okay, I'm going to give it a fill color of green as well. All right, and I'm going to go and take the direct selection tool, click on this corner, change it into a rounded corner. Okay, and I'm going to hold alt and make it like this. Okay, and then again I'm going to click on this handle and drag it so that it looks somewhat like this. Okay, then I'm going to first off decrease the size of this from here and decrease the size of this from here like this. All right, okay, so now we've got our shape, we've got our anvil. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drag all of this, select all of this, and I'm going to use the pathfinder tool to unite this into one shape. Okay, so now we've got our anvil ready. Okay, now we're going to start working on the pulse. So the first thing that I want to do is get rid of this guide. Okay, guides, clear guide, so it will remove this, and I want to drag out a guide like this time. Okay, I'm going to go on the pen tool. Okay, click shift. Okay, so that it goes in a straight line, and I'm going to press shift again, or maybe I won't press shift, I'll go like this. Okay, like this, like this, and over here. Okay, and shift, drag out a copy like this. All right, okay, we're going to increase the size further. We're going to make it around 20. Okay, all right. All right, so we've got our pulse right over here. What we're going to do is we're going to convert it into a normal shape. So we're going to go into object, expand. Okay, and it's going to expand the fill and the stroke, and we're going to press OK. Okay, so now it's become a regular shape. All right, and we're going to bring it close to our anvil. Okay, we're going to resize our anvil. Okay, so that it looks more in line with the shape that we have right over here. Okay, okay, and we're going to change the size a little bit. Like this. Okay, so we've got our shape right over here. All right, so now we've got the icon for the logo. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next step, which is giving it some color. Okay, so I've cleared the guide. Okay, so for the color we're going to give it a gradient. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a rectangle right over here. Okay, and I'm going to add a gradient to it. So I'm going to go over here, click this, and over here, like you can see, I've added my gradient. Okay, so I'm going to edit the gradient. So I'm going to change the color of this gradients. So I'm going to click the black one right here, and I'm going to choose this green right here, the neon green. Okay, and I'm going to select this point right here. First, we're going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to select this point right here, and I'm going to select this blue right here. Okay, and as you can see, I've got my gradient ready. So this green appears a little bit too green, so I'm going to edit it again. So we're going to go into HSB. Okay, we're going to go into the hue saturation sliders. We're going to change the hue a little bit. Okay, so this is more in line with what I want. Okay, so we've got our gradient right over here, and I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to click on this shape, press I for the eyedropper, and click on the gradient. What this will do is it will take the colors from the gradient, and I'm going to do the same for this as well. Okay, all right, so now our shape has the color as well. So I'm going to click on this, hold Alt to drag out a copy. Okay, right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the text now. Okay, so for the text, we're going to go here on the text tool. Okay, and I'm going to type in the name. Okay, Pulse Forge Fitness. Okay, so this is the name of the gym, and the font I've chosen is Museo Slab. You can find this font easily on Adobe. Okay, so if you've got a Creative Cloud subscription, you can find this font very easily. All right, so we're going to give this text a gradient as well. So we're going to go over here, create outlines. Okay, and then I'm going to go I and click on the gradient tool right over here. And as you can see, it's created a different kind of gradient. This is not what I want, so I'm going to hold Control Z to go back. So we're going to go into type, and as you can see, the outlines have been created. So we're going to go into object, compound path, make. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here and select this gradient right over here. And as you can see, the gradient has been more uniformly applied. Okay, so we're going to go on a new artboard, and I'm going to drag out a copy right over here. Okay, so as you can see, our logo has been done, Pulse Forge Fitness. Okay, so we've incorporated most of the elements for this logo. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you do not miss out on any of my future updates. And thank you so much.